celebrations of my father, Shri K.V. Subbarao, and husband of my mother here, Jambuvati Subbarao. I take this opportunity to welcome you all for this evening's program. I also take this opportunity to thank all of you who have come here. For many of you, this is an event that I think you have begun to mark on your annual calendar. So we have people coming literally from every corner of the country, from Karnataka, Goa, Gujarat, from right up there in the Himalayas and Delhi. So there are all our friends who have come, in addition to all our Hyderabad friends, and students from the university, friends, colleagues from other universities. I thank you all for being here. We now move to the book release program. I now want to invite Professor Anand Mahanand, Dr. Ivy Hansdak, Dr. Chandrashekar and Dr. Gita Viswanath on the dais, please. Just to say a little bit about how this program happened. Our friends have come from afar. For instance, Ivy has come all the way from Delhi. Chandrashekar has come from Bangalore. Both of them had books which I'm sure you would all like to read. So we encourage them to come to this forum, to this platform. Please come up onto the dais. Please come up onto the dais. And we thought it would be a good way of introducing the authors and their books. So we requested Professor Anand Mahanand and Dr. Gita Viswanath to be the first readers of the books and introduce the books to you. So they will be doing the honors of releasing the books. I now request Professor Anand Mahanand to release the poetry collection by Dr. Ivy Hansdak. I now request Professor Anand Mahanand to speak a few words about the book.
Good evening. I would like to thank my friend Ivy for choosing me to do the honor, and also Professor Nikhila for this opportunity. I have gone through the book. It's a wonderful work of creation. It's a collection of poems that are alive to reality. They are about memory, loss, and longing for a lost heritage. A heritage that was based on ecological equilibrium, based on caring and sharing. And it is produced by the legendary publisher, Writers Workshop. Beautifully done. I would like to congratulate the poet, my friend Ivy Hansdak, for this wonderful work, and wish that she would write more. She would continue to write more. Thank you very much for this.
I now request Dr. Ivy to read a few poems for us. Maybe you would want to speak about the book too.
Thank you, Nikhila and Anand, for this wonderful opportunity that you gave to me. And yes, for the book, this is my second book. There is an earlier book that I wrote, which was titled The Golden Cord, and published in 2010, also by a writer's workshop. And this is my second book. Some of the poems from the first collection are repeated in this, but then some others have also been added. And the most recent poems have been written. Many of them have been written during the lockdown period. So now I am going to read only 3 poems, and one of them, I'll begin with a very short poem which was written during lockdown 1. This was in May 2020. So this poem basically is an expression of the anguish that I was going through during the time when we were sitting comfortably in our houses, watching on television how the people, migrant workers, were walking on the roads, railway tracks and roads. Silence. This silence fails to bring succor to my soul. It fails to lead me into the land of dreams. It holds no magic, no symphony. Instead, I hear through it the mad rush of running feet, the cries of beaten men, the whimpers of children, the screams of women giving birth on streets, and the roar of a goods train as it hurtles down a railway track towards sleeping men. So this is the first poem. Yes. Thank you. And the second poem is it was written some time ago and it has been published once. It was published in Sahitya Academy's Indian Literature Journal. So this is about marginalization, the voice of the marginal people, and how they have lost their history, their culture. Many of them have lost it, and then now they are living in a world where many things have become alien for them. So this is called Alien Song. You forced me to speak in alien tongues and forget my own sweet one. You forced me to live in alien towns and forget my forest home. You forced me to sing strange alien songs and forget my rhyming one. You forced me to think strange alien thoughts and forget my lore of old. But when I sang my pain in words, borrowed from those alien tongues, you bade me stop and unlearn my thoughts, my words, my song. So this is the second poem, and the third one and the last one is Tired of Technology. And this is very contemporary because I have in recent times become extremely tired of the kind of world that we are living in. So this is called Tired of Technology. I'm tired of technology, the TV, computer, mobile phone and the rest, the email, Facebook, WhatsApp and the rest. I wish I had more time to finish those books on my dusty bookshelf and listen to soft music while sipping sweet lemon tea from a cup. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I miss the 70s and 80s, the films of Amitabh Bachchan, the dances of Helen the Vamp, the love songs of Muhammad Rafi, the ghazals of Pankaj Udas, Chitti aayi hai, aayi hai, and the lazy summer vacations with my sleepy pet cat. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ivy Hansdak and Professor Anand Mahanand. Professor Anand Mahanand, as you all know, is Professor in the English and Foreign Languages University. Dr. Ivy Hansdak has come all the way from Delhi. She teaches English in Jamia. Thank you very much for using this occasion to share your work with us. We now move to the second book, which is a novel by Dr. Chandrashekar. I invite Dr. Gita Viswanath to release the book and talk about the novel.
Thank you very much, Nikhila, for this wonderful opportunity. Let me begin by congratulating Chandrashekar for the publication of his novel, Doomed to Survive. I thought I had held the record for the longest gestation period, but now I must cede that position to Chandra, whose novel was written 25 years ago and published only recently. My first impression on reading this novel was that it is extremely bold, coming as it does from a first-time writer. And let me tell you why I think so. It is commonly believed that every writer's first novel is a veiled autobiography. Chandra's novel invites us with open arms into such a reading through the naming of the protagonist as Chandrashekar, known by all as Chandra. Another reason for why I call it bold is the theme of incest committed by mother and son. Like Oedipus, the genesis of all incest narratives, this mother and son also get into it unknowingly. However, Sophocles' Oedipus ends with the heart-wrenching scene of the titular hero gouging out his eyes on learning that Jocasta is his mother. The horror of the act leads Jocasta to suicide by hanging. In Doomed to Survive, Chandra and Sushma advise the mother-son duo to forget the past and let God decide what to do. This novel is also bold in its defiance of the very craft of writing. It defies every rule of writing that one learns in creative writing courses and master classes. It is set in the form of an extended dialogue between Chandra and Bhaskara and Chandra and Sushma. This makes me interpret it as a dialogue between Chandra, the character, and his alter ego Bhaskara or Sushma. In Dostoevsky's second novel, The Double, Mr. Goliadkin's double is not only a reflection of his other side that he is disapproving of, but also one that he is afraid of. Similarly, Chandra and Bhaskara engage in debates that seem to emanate from conflicting thoughts of a single person. The predominant use of the dialogue leads us to the convention of showing versus telling as narrative techniques. In this case, the author veers towards telling rather than showing. In his eagerness to be woke, the protagonist, we are constantly told, is someone who is intolerant of dishonesty, conscious of women's rights, sympathetic to sex workers, so on and so forth. His only flaw is gamophobia, that is, fear of marriage. It's also provocative, the novel. Allusions to mythology abound in it, and there are references to Ram and Krishna as historical figures. I'll leave you with this thought and end with once again congratulating Chandra for the publication of this novel. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gita, for that elaborate introduction to the book. Now I request Chandrashekar to talk about the book. I think there will not be much difference between reading the book and talking about the book. So over to you, Chandra.
Actually, writing was something which I was thought was my passion from the beginning. I used to write short stories, but which were never published because I didn't have the courage to publish them or to send them to some publication houses or to the newspapers. And this Doomed to Survive, actually I had written it in '97, and I remember I had only one reader, and that was Nikhila. Whatever chapters I used to write, I used to send it through to her by email, and she used to, pat my back. Okay, continue. So after I finished, actually, the manuscript, my original manuscript is totally different from my finished book because it was too radical. So I had to change it. So because when I wrote it, I was around some say 24, 25. So when I'm publishing it, I'm 54. So I have to take care of my well-being. So I had to change a lot in this book. Actually, I was very idealistic from the beginning, and I remain idealistic now. So I think whatever is there, probably for some it might be very hard to chew. Some might feel it's too idealistic, too moralistic, and too preacherous. Whatever it is, I think I have done my work, and it is up to you to decide how good or bad it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chandra. The books are on display here. In addition to the two books that were released just now, there is Gita's novel also, which is placed here. So those of you who are interested in buying copies of any of these books, please do come. The authors are here. They will also probably give you signed copies of the books. So thank you very much, Dr. Gita, Dr. Chandrashekar, Dr. Ivy, Professor Anand Mahanand, for conducting this very short and sweet program. Thank you.